Good morning, people. Beautiful day here in central Indiana. A little wet, a little rainy, but the good side is out the leaks. The phone rings after big storms like this. Just leaving one looking at inspecting for a roof leak and can it be repaired. Just did something real rough, real quick, 4-3, no repair. But the homeowner had asked and had a question I don't have the answer to. So I said, hey, do you mind if I do a quick live video or a video of this and see if the viewers of the channel, the other roofing, construction, siding guys, might be able to help me out and answer this. So as the thumbnail, or not the thumbnail, well, the thumbnail, yes, but the title of the video. Good morning, John. I think it was John, sorry. Can you paint vinyl siding successfully? Come on, are we still here? Are we back? I'm live again. Sorry about that, people. We're out in a little remote area out of town, and the cell signal dropped there. So give it a second for anyone to come back. I don't know where it cut out at actually, so I'll just recap real quick. Point of the video. But first, let's admire these little geese walking across the road. Move, people. There they go. Alright, 6 people. Give it a thumbs up on the way in here. Sorry about the little glitch and the technical difficulty. We're down in a big ravine. No cell signal. Video dropped. I apologize. So is the title of the video. Can you paint vinyl? Where I was talking right before it cut out. What little vinyl I have done, I know that it expands and contracts pretty bad. That's why when you install it, your nails go towards the flange, but not tight. Because those slits in there where the nail is, it needs to be able to expand and contract. Otherwise, your siding buckles. So the homeowner where I was had asked, can it be painted? Initially, I'm thinking if it expands and contracts at a different rate than the paint could possibly expand and contract, it would pop, flake, and buckle. So question to you guys, if you've done it, what kind of paint can successfully be painted on vinyl, or is it an absolute bad idea? I'm seeking your guys' knowledge, because I don't know the answer. That's one thing I can't stand is painting. I absolutely hate painting. My wife wants to paint the deck this year. I'm dreading it. So yeah, let me know if you know the answer to that down below. Please, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm just on a short drive to another quick stop, then I'll be wrapping up my day. Because there's a ton of rain in the area. Never seen somebody paint it. That's kind of my thought. And the other thing that comes to mind is the amount of time to mask off and spray or brush all the detail of everything versus just yanking the vinyl off and replacing it the color you want and a new warranty. That's another thing. If you paint it, does that ruin the possible manufacturing warranty? Aluminum siding, yes. I've seen people do it with aluminum, but I'm no rocket scientist, but I think aluminum expands, contracts at a much minor rate than vinyl. Not positive, but just my logical thinking. What are y'all doing out there today on this beautiful wet day? Hey, Incognita? Is it Incognita? Yeah, none of your business. I haven't seen you on for a minute. Hope you're doing well. Couple of usuals. Where's Super Roofer at today? I gave you a shout out in the video yesterday. Mr. Super Roofer, if you watch this later, if you're on here, if you chime in later, I did an inspection of a steel roof, and it was a doozy. Almost as bad. Not almost. Hey, Scott, what's up? The cat, so our personal cat of like 15 years passed away in January, but the cat that I saved, Dodge, I think it was Dodge because it's Dodge in traffic or something, we couldn't keep her. We had enough pets as is, and she was super cute and friendly, so she got adopted out. Thanks for asking though. It can be done, but it looks like crap. I edited your word there a little bit. That's kind of why I'm thinking, don't do it. Don't recommend it. Just get new vinyl. So I'm kind of scatterbrained. I got a lot to do, not enough time to do it. And I'm trying to get back to my daughter, get her from school, and enjoy the afternoon with her. That's what I do on Tuesdays. And the weather's just not good for much. Just a wet, gloomy, nasty day. So yeah, back to the steel install that I did. Feel free, anyone new chiming in, let me know your two thoughts on the painting of vinyl. But this metal job, it was a bit of a complex job. It had mansard faces, it had a couple of dormers, but the lack of ability was pretty bad. I did do a quick on-the-spot, unscripted video of it. I'd like to get the owner's consent. I've not been able to get in touch with him since I inspected it. He had said it was okay to stop anytime even if it wasn't there, so I got it done, but I need to talk to him before I put the video out. But it's a bit of a doozy. Screws in with no washers, screws in not where they're supposed to be, just the shank is exposed, missing flashing, no flashing, bad flashing. It was bad. The guy quit referring a few other steel guys in our area. That's all they do is steel all day, every day, and they don't really even want to touch it. Scott, looked like you're asking somebody if it had lasted. I can't focus on all the messages, but I'll read them back. Anyone else had any, it didn't peel but it faded? Did it fade worse, the paint fade worse than the actual original vinyl that you're painting over? Latex based. What about the bonding? Does it bond pretty well? That's something I really don't get into. The other thing I can't stand to do is drywall. I don't mind hanging the sheetrock, I just will not finish it. I have this vicious, never-ending circle of putting too much on, sanding too much off, and over I go. Phone's bouncing around. Marks 316 it looked like. Appreciate the knowledge on that. That's what I'm thinking. Just me personally, in my piss poor painting abilities, I could probably strip the vinyl off and put it back up quicker than I would have the patience for it to paint everything. Now, that is if you wanted to cut corners and just slop a brush on there real quick and not care if it gets up under all this. It was a Dutch lap too. Not that that really matters, but there's just a little bit of stuff you got to get painted everywhere. That's another thing. If you're painting the underneath side of the siding where it turns under and locks the next piece, if your paint grips pretty good, even though it's somewhat stretchy when it's dried, is it going to hold them together and almost make it, in a sense, one solid facet as opposed to individual pieces that can expand and contract at their own rate? That's another thing. Like, say you get sun beaten down through a shaded area and it hits one piece or a couple pieces or a small section of siding. If it's all painted, it's going to bond from one to the other just a little bit, I would think. Are those few that are getting sunny not going to break free and stretch apart? That's another thing. It's just, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. Just about to my next stop here. How's the video signal coming in? I'm out in some really remote areas of the county. It's okay? Cool. When I was down that ravine, it just dropped out. I will be right back. I gotta grab something real quick. Hold on. I'm back. Roof we did yesterday, we had some chargers that got left up on the porch charging. One of the last guys grabbed the ladder and forgot to grab the batteries. The positive side is they're supercharged now. Downside, I just spent $5 in diesel to get here. Anyone else got any experience painting? Oh, okay, so you would kind of agree on that too? Is that Carlos? The more I think about painting vinyl, just the more things pop up. And I wouldn't do it on my house, I'm not going to do it for somebody else. I look past the money point. Because if you do good and you provide a good service for many people, the money will come. Word will get out. If you're all about the money and you're just taking advantage of people, it's going to come to an end pretty quick and pretty abruptly. At least that's the way I think about it. Same when it comes to the cryptos that I invest in. I don't invest in these speculative things that are just kind of a meme coin. I want to invest in something that's actually got utility or building out utility that's going to be used. Oh, the texture, it'll soak up more paint. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I'm sure temperatures and viscosity of the paint, maybe different brands are different, but gravity's going to pull down on it, and as it flows and clings to those little humps and bumps, is it going to look all distorted too before it actually sets and dries. Take into account paint, shape, other trim. You know what would be pretty cool for YouTube to allow? Instead of a text chat, allow voice chat. That'd be kind of cool. Almost like a Zoom video conferencing, educational type thing. One of my old roommates, he actually painted his aluminum siding a long time ago, and it still looks pretty good. But it's a smooth piece of aluminum. It's like a 8-inch or a 10-inch piece. You know, so whether you spray it or brush it, it's going to go on a whole lot easier, a whole lot smoother, less detailed. And again, it doesn't expand. That's something I might look up. The expansion contraction rates of different materials. Bit of a drive. You guys feel like hey, I'll just throw this out there. I've been thinking about it. It's not that it's a big giveaway, but if anyone in here is a reader of any sort, if you'd have any desire getting a secondhand book for me, let me know. I've got a decent sized stack of books. Got rid of my office and I need somewhere for them to go. We're getting close back up to another highway here. Hopefully the signal will pick back up. But I thought about giving away some books if anyone has any interest in them. They might be noted up, they might be little highlights here and there, but it would be free knowledge. I saved you thousands. Is that Smart Mark 316? You might be one of the comments I remember reading somewhat recently. Was it something that you had seen on a video that saved you? Different books on like real estate, business, taxes. Robert Kiyosaki, he's got a handful I've got. The Roofer, what's up? Giving away free knowledge, what's wrong with me? I've acquired my knowledge for free, so I'm just doing my part of giving back. Times have changed. This is going to sound really bad, and I hope my wife and other people in my family don't watch this, but I have no desire to go to college. I have no desire for my daughter to even go to college. My in-laws watch my channel every now and then. I'm sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. It's a whole nother topic. It's off what the video's about. Yes, always worried about callbacks. That's just like the steel video I recorded yesterday. That I don't want to get into it because the guy's already worried about all the leaking going on. He's going to see all the stuff that was already up there that is caused and done before I got there. Then it becomes a blame game and pointing the finger at me. Well, you did this. No, that was already there. So I guess in a case like that, if you do decide to do something like that, document the hell out of it. Photos, timestamps, maybe even a video walkover before and after you do the job, because that's one of my biggest fears. If something blows out after you repair this shingle here, are they going to say that's something you did and then you got to go back? It's your time and expense. Is it going to be another leak that's already been that's just not come in because the first roof they went over is actually doing a better job than the metal is? Those are all things I think about that I'm just cautious of. So, the roofer saying that I'm giving away all this knowledge for free. I'm only giving it away to those that seek it. There's a big difference. For those that want to invest the time into searching through and finding the knowledge, it's there for you. I'm just doing my little part to help. There's a lot of people that won't. They'd rather go pay $100,000 for a piece of paper. I'm not anti-school or anti-college. And if I have a heart problem, I want somebody that's done a lot and gone to school and practiced on cadavers and then worked on a whole lot of living people before me, and hopefully they're still alive. But kind of like, yeah, trades. Off topic. Have I ever looked into, what was that, Scott? Can't catch it, it's blurring away real quick. The flat roof, it was pretty good size, that had like a modified or something with a Lumacoat over the top. No, I haven't done anything with that. I still need to get in touch with the guy. He wasn't in any big hurry. On top of the material I'm used to working with and can't get right now, I'm more worried about the parapet walls and stuff. How often do I get callbacks for leaks on new roofs you installed? Very, very, very few. I try to prevent them in the first place. I try to go over every job that we do. I inspect thoroughly. Damn near every piece of flashing and everywhere that could go wrong. I've had a few. You know, we're all human. I try to catch them before that point. And the few that we have had, I've gone back and taken care of at my cost. Because the reputation will grow that way and only that way. It's easier to ruin a reputation and it's hard to grow it. You'll do 100 great jobs for these people on new installs and you might get one or two reviews. I mean, you literally got to beg. You do one bad job, they're going to go out there and blast your name. So if you get anything good out of this video, if you're a contractor, strive to be good and take care of your customers. Even if you make it wrong, make it right. I guess I couldn't give you an exact answer on that. Actually, I just got an email I woke up to this morning. I guess you could maybe call it a callback. No leak, but the shingles have a slight discoloration in a few of them. I'd gotten in touch with the manufacturer last year when we did the install, and they said, oh, give it some time, it'll wash out. And apparently it hasn't. So I'm going to go work that in, check it out, get back in touch with the sales rep for the shingle manufacturer and see what the next step is. We might be stripping it back off and replacing it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see from the photo. Believe me, there's things that I don't like doing, but I've got to do it. To an extent. You know, when I worked at Kroger back in 1999, it seems so long ago, one of my bosses at the time said, Brian, the customer is always right. To an extent, I would try to say. I mean, if they're robbing you blind and you can't say, hey, they fucking stole, or hey, they dropped that to get it free, or they dropped the can to put a dent in it to get a discount, the customer's already right, always right? No, I don't think so. There's a few customers that come my way. Over the years, I've developed this little sense, and I'm still trying to learn it. You pick up on these subtle cues of they're going to be really bad to deal with. You'll never be able to please them. It's probably better you don't even try to get the job. I know it sounds terrible, but if you're a contractor, I know you know what I'm talking about. Drop a comment that says yes with an exclamation mark if you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to take some country roads here so I can pull over here in a minute. Oh, there we go. We're getting the yeses. Let's just have a little friendly discussion on that. Let me take a side road. I know this is getting off topic of the painting vinyl siding, but looks like a few of you are contractors of various sorts. I'll give you a few of my subtle cues. The ding 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 ding, the bells ringing, the whistles blowing in my head. I've gotten about 8 estimates and I wanted to get a few more. Well, this guy can do it cheaper. Have you got a written estimate explained? No, it's just the price. They can't get to it for this long. Could you do it tomorrow? Come on, but help me out. I know. Give me some of your guys's the cues, the subtle hints you pick up on these kind of customers. And I wish them the best. You just, all right. Is there an option to keep chat up constantly or pop up? Message is potentially harmful. Live chat. Four to 5 other roofers waiting. Wow. I don't know what I'd do in a case like that. I'd probably call or text the owner and be like, hey, there's a few people. Would you like to reschedule? Or you got enough people? I don't know. What do you do in a case? Oh, yeah. I get a couple of those a year. Well, what's your price per square? Tell me a price. I'm like, no, I can't tell you a price. Everything's different. You get a rough squareage easily from satellite, but you can't see the property. You can't tell how many layers there are. You can't tell what kind of decking it is. You can't tell how much bad wood it is. You sometimes can't see the landscaping around the backside. Those are things that just really make it a nightmare. If I could just sit and pay attention and think for a minute, I'd be able to come up with some others, but I'm trying to drive, not wreck. You know what? I'm going to do me a favor. Somebody out there do me a favor. There's a couple of you watching. My chat is not on the window. Say anything. Hey, hi. Give me a thumbs up, anything. I want to see if it pops up. I hate actually having to hit the chat button. Somebody, please, say hey. Oh, there we go. Hello there. Thank you. It does pop up. Cool. The roofer. Where are you from, the roofer? Appreciate the handshake there. There we go. I was going to offer the roofer a book. I guess I could do a flat rate shipping. Here I was in the past thinking that as they disappear, I have to hit the button to bring it up. Hello, Thomas, the roofer. Sorry, the other few that I missed. By the way, anyone out there got any connections to Arizona? If they don't sponsor a video soon, I'm going to quit buying Arizonas. It's too much sugar I don't need. Yeah, so the roofer, any books you like? Would you like a free book? Hopefully you're in the US, I can get a flat rate shipping to you. The books are serving me no good. I don't have time to sit and read them. Every book I've got, most of them I've gone through and read and got some benefit out of. So they're doing me no good on the shelf. Free knowledge, giving it away. The other thing I thought of is I've got a few extra credits on Audible that I'm not going to be able to use up right away, so I thought about giving those away too. For any of those that want to take the action to let me know, could get a free audiobook credit. Not a book, a credit, so you guys can choose. I've heard there's a way I need to look into it. I'll try to do that today. Look into how to gift a Audible credit. In Canada. Ooh, what part? I didn't catch the end of that message. Oh, go to the local library. Yeah, there's nothing like just having the actual physical book in your hand, though. Ontario. Oof. Does USPS deliver? I've never done anything like that. How would that work? Probably wouldn't be the flat rate shipping. I'll tell you what, if I can look into sending a credit on Amazon's Audible, would you be interested in that? Would you use it? Choose your own book. There's my screen. Come on, people. Hey, I appreciate you watching. You know, in previous places I've worked over the years, one of my very, very first mentors, he actually taught me a lot. He would teach me tips and tricks of various things. He was an all-around, well-rounded contractor. He was a really good mentor that passed away a few years ago. Got me into roofing. And since then, a handful of other contractors, here you go to work. Are you serious? There was really no training, no form of training. Go to work. Tear off, get busy, clean up. Here's a gun, start roofing. There was a couple of guys, Mike, in my area here, shout out to you. You were one of the few that took me in to kind of teach me a little bit what you knew. Didn't take me very long to get going, roofing my own sections. But then, I guess, roofing's not hard. There's just some things you got to pay attention to. It's not just who can be the fastest. You got to watch your pattern and your flashing and your nails. Lost my train of thought again on that. And 99 cents for okay, what was that? What was 99 cents? Quality over quantity, definitely. There are people out there willing to pay for the quality and the reputation. Those people that are all about the price, they're probably going to have to buy it back a lot sooner. No different than the roof I was at this morning right when I started this live stream before it cut out. The roof didn't look bad. It wasn't, I mean, it's got some age on it, but there were some things that were not done very well, and that's ultimately why it's failing. I see them all the time. There's a video I'm getting ready to release, hopefully in the next day or so. I still got to edit it because I'm going to try to put pictures up on the screen. It was an inspection for a leak. And I get comments every now and then that people, it gives them some insight on what to look for and how to find these for the homeowner or do-it-yourself or whatever. So I want to put that out there for them. But need to get it finished up and sent out. Still no Starlink in my area. Now they're saying 2023, 2024. The Starlink network in my area is overloaded. Come on, Elon. You'll probably convert me into a Twitter user before I get Starlink at my house. Love the cheap customers. I pass on the first time and then I charge for my repair services later. I've done a video, it blows my mind. I've lost a job because of $400. Somebody went $400 cheaper than me, and then they find out after 6 leaks or so, 5 leaks, I don't know, it was a chimney, a riser, a vent, bottom edge, at least 4. And after talking to the people, they come to find out they did a roof over and it was only the house. My estimate was to do the house, the garage, tear off, redo everything. And they went with this other guy for 400 bucks less. So who made a killing in that? And the repair was pretty pricey. If the average homeowner looking at getting their roof done would do a little bit of research outside of going to Facebook and saying, hey, recommendations, who's cheap? Universal Roofing and Restoration, mind blowing. Lessons learned. You know they'd be hating themselves later. Or they'll find some excuse of why it didn't go right for them, why they didn't get the best price and the best service. You know, here I am preaching quality over quantity. I'm probably one of the more pricey contractors in my area, but it's still so beat down like a dead dog compared to restoration work or Hamilton County. Yeah. I want to get consent from this guy that I did the metal inspection on yesterday. Make sure he's okay with it. And if he is, you guys might be like, damn. It's a little bit of the story on that. I get a call for a leak because I was referred by another contractor in my area. And I finally get this worked in. I made it clear to him. I said, hey, I'm really busy and backed up, but we will be in the area in a couple weeks. Can I just work it in whether you're there or not? He said, no, that's fine. So I give him a courtesy call and message, no answer. So I still get it worked in. And I'm just blown away. They've got purlings just scattered about wherever. It's supposed to be a steel over. It looks like it might have been 2-layer shingles with steel over. The purlings are spaced from anywhere from 2 and 3 feet to 6 feet. Nothing consistent. There's metal dings and pops everywhere. It's a disaster, an all-around disaster. The front mansard face wall flashing where a dormer window is. You can just look in and see shingles. It's like, yeah, that's just dumping in water onto the layer of shingles. Kind of like the other one I've done, the worst roof ever metal edition. I went by there recently and it's still the same metal roof. Their only insurance policy is the layer of shingles under it. I'm gonna stop up here at the gas station here in a few. Another mile up maybe. Let me flip quick. Grab me a small little snack until I can get lunch and an Arizona drink. Mine's almost gone. And then I can actually focus on the chat for a minute before wrapping up the video. So there's kind of like three different models, I would say. You've got the quantity, you've got the quality, and then you've got the sales. So the quantity is, I don't care what my price is as long as I'm doing a roof. And they probably don't even know that they're losing money on some jobs. It's just all about doing a job a day. Look at me, I'm a $20 million company and I'm keeping $50,000 profit. Or the quality, you can make sure things are good. You don't need to rush. You can make sure things are done right. And you charge and you make a good price. You know, the price isn't just for the commodity side of the roofing, the shingles, because I can get shingles over here at Reese, I can get them at Richards, I can get them at ABC. They're all going to be pretty competitive. The service is all the same. When it comes to the installation, that can vary dramatically. If you got a guy that says, I don't care, I can put a roof on in the winter, and you got a contractor that says, no, it's not, Mr. Homeowner, you're in the middle of Wind Valley here, it's never going to seal down, you'd be best to wait, and they care about the quality, they're going to be around to service you if there's ever a problem, not like this other fellow where the company's out of business now. And then the restoration people out there, it's another business model. I've never dove into it. You got salesmen out there, you're doing storm restoration work, massive profit margins, and I'm not knocking them, they can be good. You can have good subcontract install crews that do a good job. That's a whole nother beast I want to learn about. Shout out to Rhino Roofing, I think it was Rhino and Kyle. Let's pull on around here. All right, quick chat. Tail light warranties. Yeah, I've heard of a couple of funny warranties like that. Hire and fire until you find the right ones. Universal, you're talking about subcontract guys, right? Yeah, I mean, there are some really good subcontract guys. Okay, so I want to address something here real quick. It's weird. Like, in my hometown, you got a lot of regular... I don't even know what to say nowadays. Nowadays, you got to watch how you label or say anything. But let's just say American crews. And you go just south of here, and you got nothing but Hispanic crews. And then I get these customers like, I'm just going to leave some blanks in here. Fill in the blank. And I'm like, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. I've done this for like 18, 19 years now. And they're some of the best guys. You can be white, you can be yellow, you can be brown, you can be black. You're going to have good guys, you're going to have bad guys. In any race, you're going to have guys that don't give a damn about what they're doing at work as long as they get that paycheck on Friday. Actually, you know, in construction, some other contractors, I was always paid on a Monday, and the boss way back then was like, yeah, I found out if you pay them on Friday, they blow their money and they get drunk and they don't show up for work on Monday. So if you pay them Monday, they pay their bills and everything, continue to go work, and you have a better odds of them showing up. And that was my former cruise years ago, starting back in like 2003. Let me know your thoughts on subcontract crews and just crews in general. Customer fires the company. Hopefully they just didn't think it was going to be a good fit and they didn't want you to do the job before you got into it. Can you elaborate on that? Is it something that's happened to you? Got a little time to kill here. It's starting to clear a little to the west here. You can have really good control over your employees, but finding the employees is really hard. Finding the people that want to show up and do this kind of work for a living has been hard. I see the thumbs up ticker counting. I appreciate it. Thank you to all you guys. Yeah, I kind of want to get to there, but again, even though I'm not as big as some of the other companies in my hometown, I've heard from the suppliers that my volume has put me up in like the top 5. And I started this from nothing just a few years back. I'm happy where it is. The profit margin's good. I'm not making a killing. I don't have my Lambo yet, but I don't have to drop my price to get the next job just to pay rent. And I try to pick and choose the quality and the job that we're going to do. Ladder off the back of that truck warranty. What's going on with my messages? They just jumped around. Say no to Lambo. I really have no desire to have a Lambo. I drove one. It was a Evo last year. Went down to Putnam Race Park and took one for a hot lap. Did a couple laps, and it was pretty fun. My dream vehicle is actually a military version, H1. I almost bought one. Past 6 months, I've been looking on Marketplace, and I almost pulled the trigger and bought one. But I'm like, man, the recession. All signs are pointing to the recession. I'm just gonna stay cash heavy and buy the dip. That's what I did in 2008, 2009, did good. I just try to be smart, pick and choose jobs, live within my means, invest my money. You can paint anything. Yes, you can. But will it stick? Will it stay? Will it last? Boy, I missed my whole coffee and crypto. When the video cut out, it just never restarted. What do you guys think about the Fed meeting tomorrow coming up? They're looking at a 50 BP hike, possibly a 75 That's just ridiculous. This is going to go shock and all. Rug pull. Pick every job will lose you money. You mean if you're trying to bid to get every job? Yes, you're probably going to put way more effort and time into the job, and things are going to go wrong. I had an employer that did a clinic. It was had to be done on a Saturday, Sunday while they were closed. Told them, I was like, look, this is bad, you know, blah, blah, blah. Get into it. Saturday afternoon, I was like, dude, we're missing like 15 square of roofing. Oh, no way, no way, I measured that thing. Like 15 square of roofing we're short. Like, no. So Saturday evenings rolling around, ABC Supply, where you got the material at the time, was about to close. Like, dude, we are out of roofing. We need 15 square. Hop in the truck and drive an hour south side of Indy and pick it up. I'm like, you had to have lost on that. Would I mentor a noob in investing? I mean, I'll share my experiences and my knowledge. Don't take it to the bank. I mean, I'm always willing to share what I know. Hey, here's something to check out. I'll try to link up a description later down below this. It's kind of a longer video. It'd be really off topic. But the live videos are kind of a random whatever. I don't get many people searching the lives. The lives usually do good during the live, and they don't really pick up views after. So, who was that? Let me try to get a name. Thomas? What kind of, do you do any kind of investing whatsoever right now, currently? Most of my investments are now non-traditional. I've invested in real estate over the last decade, crypto over the past 2 years, and stocks over the past 2-3 years. Not a fan of the traditional markets. I hate the fact that you've got to do it during open hours or pre-market. They're closed on holidays. You can't do anything. There could be a big event happen, a big announcement come out on a Friday after hours, and you can't trade, and you wake up Monday morning at opening bell and you can't, you know, it's just like massive. So I'm not a big fan of that. Stocks have that turn out for you. Still invested long-term or short-term, swing trade, day trade. See, like day trading, you can't do, what is it, 5 trades in a 5-day period. Otherwise, you consider a day trade, which you have to have a certain amount of money in there. I mean, stupid things like that. Why do you think crypto is a huge Ponzi scheme? I know, you listened to Warren Buffett recently at the Berkshire Hathaway meeting. You know, people back in the early 90s thought the internet and the .com were all big Ponzi schemes and scams. Yeah, fiat money is a true, I mean, oof. So, yeah, I usually keep a little money here. Here's just a buck. Not much. I can do anything with this dollar. I can go in here and give it to him. He can give it to that guy over there. I could do anything bad with this. No way of really tracking it. What is that laugh for right there? People think that crypto, oh, it's so bad. You can buy stuff on Silk Road or the dark web. You know, when you put your purchasing power in this and you put it under your pillow and you come back a year later and our government has taken it in inflation, that's bad. That's really bad. Crypto, they can't do. Now, the CBDCs, they want to be controlled. They can just boop, 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 change the ledger, and they could actually say, I don't want you shopping at that store. Boop, Mr. Brian, you cannot buy here. You can buy on the other side of the street, but not over here. No, so crypto can be very good. It's going to do big things in the next decade to come. There's massive hedge funds and big companies getting into it right now. You can either take some time into learning about it, or 5, 10, 15 years down the road, you'd be like, damn, I missed out. I mean, it's up to you. People keep screaming, oh, my house is worth more. Well, there's some good things and some bad things to that. It's only more because inflation is going up that it takes more dollars to buy that thing. And the other downside is if you're relying on your home for part of your nest egg, you're going to have to sell it to get that, or take a line of credit out on it. I mean, if you sell it, where are you going to move to? You're going to pay the same price to buy something new unless you live in a camper or a tent or something until the market corrects a bit. I mean, they have printed, I can't even remember what it is now, what the actual dollar amount was, but it's like 60% of all currency in existence now has been printed in the last 2 years. It's ridiculous. And recession, I sold a large chunk of my crypto last November. Everybody's like, oh, you're dumb, it's going to the moon, you moin boys. And believe me, I mean, this is my first bull run that I sold a large, sizable amount at the top. And I'm like, man, I'm going to miss out. And it just, you don't know you're in a bear market until you're in a bear market. Here's a crazy one. Look at the men's underwear index. All the times back, the sales of men's underwear has declined prior to or during a bear market leading up into a recession. Look that up. Look up the M1 money supply. That'll be a mind blower. They actually distilled the charts last year and a half ago, because it's so out of control. You guys all remember the money printing that needed to be done in 2008, 2009. And if you look at that, there's like $900 billion that was printed. Hang on just a second here. Hello.
Hey, there's a guy who's supposed to work on my roof. Do you guys do patches like that?
Yeah, I can take a look at it.
I mean, this is what it is right here.
You here in town, in Kokomo?
No, it's out on a county line road.
Tipton County?
That's Howard.
Well, yeah, Tipton County, Howard County line.
Yes.
Let me give you a card. I can't do it today. I've only got just a little bit more today, but you can give us a shout.
Yeah, this guy was supposed to look at it, but it's been like a month. And I don't know.
Can you zoom out just a little bit on that real quick?
Sure. I don't know how much something like that costs.
I just really need to see it. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know what the condition of anything under it is.
I think it's going to be good under it. It got decked like 15 years ago, and that just happened.
Okay, so the roof's about 15 years old?
Yeah.
All right. Let me, if you want, just send me a message. Well, you can't send message to those numbers, but you can call it, get in touch with me. I'll get your info and get a chance to work it in. Kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I appreciate it. Thanks. All right, sorry about that. Funny story, just way off topic again. I was doing some stuff down in Sheridan last year, and these kids get out of the van, get home from school, like, Daddy, it's a YouTuber. I was like, wow. My brother just called me yesterday. He's up in Alaska. He's getting ready to go on a charter bear hunt. He works as a deckhand. He's like, yeah, this guy got off the dock, and he's walked up to me. He's like, hey, brother, I recognize you. His channel's quite a bit smaller. I mean, mine's small, but I was like, yeah, it feels good. It's kind of cool that people recognize you. Check out my brother Patrick's Epic Journey. Doesn't have any kind of routine content, but kind of funny to watch. He's actually pretty funny, so check him out. Just had a guy randomly walk up, not about YouTube, but let me look at a blown up shingles off of his house. Yeah, the truck is marked pretty good, so you can see that. Oh, yeah, I planned on doing this little spoofy, funny video of how to become a professional roofer, and I was going to take my old truck, it's kind of rusting out a little bit, just take duct tape and tape a pro roofer on it or something, and yeah, I don't know, just a funny spoof short video. Hey, I appreciate that. Where are you from, Universal? You weren't the one that commented up in Ontario, were you? No, that was the roofer I was talking about giving the book to. By the way, Mr. Roofer, if you're still here, if you have any interest in an audio book, let me know. I will look into when I get home here in the next hour or so if I can send that to you. Scott, I missed that. Let me pull that back up. Shoot. Sorry about that. I pulled up a message and it looked like the video may have dropped out. I apologize. Texas. Universal Roofing and Restoration. Random question. Are you into... be interesting to find out if this gets demonetized or shut down. Are you into guns? I'm just curious if you happen to know... Demolition Ranch. I used to watch his channel quite a bit. He's got every kind of gun you could ever imagine and just does crazy stuff. He's in the Texas area. Last I knew anyway. I know he was building a brand new home, so maybe he built that out of state. You got the great migration going on. You got people leaving states like New York and California because state taxes are just out of control and so many programs, and whole nother topic. I think his name's Matt Carco. I just know it's Demolition Ranch. Pretty good channel. That guy walked up to me and he's just looking at me and I'm looking at him. He's probably like, he's talking to himself. Do I want this guy to give me a price? You got to check him out. He's got 3 YouTube channels. He's a veterinarian doctor, so he's got it's like Vet Ranch or something, Off the Ranch, and Demolition Ranch. Demolition Ranch is the good one. I like it. It's like, it always consists of guns and shooting stuff, shooting through things, and just pretty funny, pretty cool. He's out in your neck of the woods. South Texas. One of them, they took some guns out in a chopper and were hunting boar out in the area out there. And for those of you that think that's not very good, they do so much damage. It's actually good. Not that they're doing the damage, but that they're providing meat for their family, causing less crop damage when they harvest them. All right, 11:02. We'll wrap up here in a minute. I'm getting ready to pick up my daughter from school. Had a chance to drive just a little bit. It's gonna be a wet week there. We might try to get one roof done tomorrow, and then a couple 3 days of rain and storms here. But they would taste really good too. We don't have a whole lot. Actually, I don't even know if they're in my area, wild ones anyway. But deer, they do a number on some crop in this area. Heading to a gutter inspection. Hey, appreciate you chiming in and giving me your input on the painting and stuff there. Have a good one. Be safe. Hopefully it's dry on you. In Columbus, you're getting all this rain that's moving out of my area. I got up this morning, it had just quit raining for a little bit, just enough dry time to get the dogs out, fed and bathroom, and put them up, and it started raining. Then I hit the road, had a couple of stops. We had some really good rain right before I did the video of this Florida room area that's leaking. And then went live, pick up the batteries we left. It's an easy chill day. So one of the things I was going to say is the, who was that? About the investing noob. Are you still in here? I have to read back and see who that was. I want to do a little bit more content on there, but I don't want to lose the viewers or ruin the channel and the algorithm of thinking it's a roofing channel. But, you know, like I always refer back to Andre Jake. He was a magician or magic. There we go. And incorporated finance and money and stuff, investing into his channel. His channel exploded. So I want to share a little bit of that. But anyway, what I was going to say is there's this app called Yotta, Y-O-T-T-A. Check it out. It's a bank. It's an app you download on your phone for Android or Apple. They're offering a little promo. So if you use the referral link, you get $10 after your first deposit of at least $20, I think it is. So it's very minimal. It's basically a savings bank. It's an online savings bank. It's Evolved Bank and Trust. They've been around for a very long time. FDIC insured, provided using the dollar, not the crypto bucket. I'll explain that in a minute. I want to do a video on it because it's just this week. I mean, open it up. You can do it on your phone really quick in minutes. I'll leave a link in the description of this video down below if I don't do another video, or if I do, check it out. Enter the code. I think it's like Brian163 maybe. And within minutes, you'll have the account set up. You'll link your bank through Plaid or opt to have 2 small deposits into your account, and then once you verify those deposit amounts, they'll withdraw it right back out. You send over your money, and they will credit you $10. There is a hold on it because they want you to keep that money in there for at least 60 days, then they will release it to you. So pretty cool. I do that right now, and I'm staying above the inflation rate on a savings bank. To compare, I've got an emergency fund at a local bank here in town. It's a little chunk of money. I mean, everybody's definition of a chunk of money is different, but it's sizable. And I was looking at it just the other day, and I'm like, wow, that's a little more than I expected this to be. But then I looked through and I realized that they're only putting this deposit in every quarter. So my interest is only accruing every quarter, every 3 months. And you do the math, and it's like, wow, this is pitiful. But then the Yotta Bank, every night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, my time, a ball drops. So for every $25 of money you have in your account, you get one reoccurring ticket. It's not like going and buying the Powerball and it disappears if you don't win. Deposit your money, you get a ticket. You can pick your numbers, or you can auto-generate and pick every night before the ball drops for you. It doesn't matter. Basically, every night you want to match the numbers. The more numbers you match, the better. Just like any lottery, the higher tiered prizes, if multiple people win, it's split between those. But the prizes range from 10 cents, 15 cents on simple things up to the shared prizes of like 1,000, 2,500, 10,000, a Tesla, $10 million, whatever. But the average winnings that I'm getting have been above inflation, you know. So kind of cool, kind of fun, gives you something to do at 9 p.m. Check it out. I'll put the link in after the fact in the description down below. Yotta, Y-O-T-T-A. Actually, let me see if I can find my, bring up my email right down here real quick. I still got just a few more minutes. Here we go, Yotta. So I will say it gives you and I $10, so I appreciate there's a kickback for me, just being transparent here. So if you go to it, just type in Yotta, there's a referral code, type in BRIAN163. Yep, that's it. And set up the account, super simple. I encourage you guys to do it, it's pretty fun. Just send your money back and forth. Oh, so the crypto yield bucket, basically you're opting to take your dollars into a crypto bucket and they're using it against stable dollar. They're using that, more volatility, more income they can generate from it, and loans and things. So instead of having $25 get you a recurring ticket, $10 gets you a recurring ticket. So you get 1.5 or 2.5 times the tickets on your money. So that's what I do. And there is some risk. There's risk in it. There's risk crossing the street. You know, there's literally death, risk of death crossing the street. So yeah, all my money in Yotta is in the crypto yield bucket. I get quite a few tickets. And that's how I've been earning more and keeping up on inflation with my emergency fund. You got to beat inflation. Pronounce what right? Smart Mark? Yotta? Is that what you're referring to? If so, are you familiar with it? Do you use it? Come on, 7 of you in at this moment. Check it out. Bring up another window, type in Yotta. It is Y-O-T-T-A. And the referral link is Brian with an I, the proper way, 163. Set it up, get your initial deposit, use the code, we each get $10. The Buffett article, yeah, I referenced that earlier. I read parts of it with him and Charlie, and that he wouldn't pay $25 for all the Bitcoin in existence. The dude's just too old. I bet he's never used a computer in his life, too. Intelligent, I look up to him, but when he makes comments like that, no. You know, I said this in another video in the past, when I've had people tell me in my life, you can never be smarter than your teacher, so you need to get a good teacher. BS. If that's the case, how did we evolve? You know, at some point it goes back to the original teacher who taught him. So BS. So with Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett, they claim these things, but they have no idea. They probably don't even know what a blockchain is and how it functions and how the prime numbers, and they don't know any of it. They're just saying something. Makes me think of Tommy Boy, when the blonde-haired guy is telling him that phrase. Boy, I'm gonna botch it, but it's been so long ago. You can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a bull's ass, but wouldn't you rather take the butcher's word for it? Maybe it's like that. So all these people idolize Buffett. I mean, Buffett says Coke is good, and he drinks a Coke a day, and that's what's led him to this good health. Bullshit. I don't think so. All right, people, I gotta end this. I appreciate it. Until next time, be safe.